If you're a peeping Tom, okay, if you're a peeping Tom, you sick degen, then maybe this is for you. 40,000 Internet of Thing cameras worldwide stream secrets to anyone with a browser. Majority of exposures located in the US, including data centers, healthcare facilities, factories, and more. How does this work? You go to your nearest Best Buy, you go to your nearest, Radio Shack, although those aren't around anymore, whatever your nearest electronics store is, and you purchase one of these web-enabled cameras. These web-enabled cameras come in different forms, different sizes, different features, different price points. It honestly doesn't matter. The point is that you easily set them up in a work factory, at home, in a healthcare facility, and you connect them to the web. And then there's a central dashboard somewhere where you can view all your cameras across your facility at home or whatever it is. That dashboard, however, is a dual-edged sword, in that the dashboard is also accessible to anybody who knows how to find it. And how does one find your dashboard and view all the cameras that you can see? Well, for the most part, these things don't have, by default, good enough access good enough security or any security at all. And a lot of consumers don't know how to set up the security. So all you have to do is literally go through a set of known valid IP addresses, which you can grab for cheap just about anywhere. IP addresses, particularly in websites or groups that sell, let's say, less than scrupulous information, like information from data breaches, for example. You just grab a bunch of IP addresses that you know are used by people, and then you cycle through them one by one, and you read from certain ports. Like you ask, ports are kind of like doors to a house, right? And the IP address is the address of your house. So as long as you have the IP address, you can go to a house, much like having a regular address, and you can knock on any one of the windows or the doors, see if any of them are open or not, and depending on which door or window you find open, you can get into the house. So that's exactly the same thing with these ports, because these ports come sometimes from these cameras, which are automatically connected to the internet. And so all you have to do is put in the address of the camera and a particular port. And as long as you can do that on a browser, suddenly you can literally see the live feed of any camera that is exposed this way. The thing about this, which they kind of touch on, I think at the beginning, let me just see if I can find it. HTTP cameras accounted for 78.5% of the total 40,000 samples. No, that's not it. Yes. Okay. Right here. This comes from a bulletin by the Department of Homeland Security. What they added is that these cameras come from a variety of different backgrounds. So some of these cameras are made in the US or they're made in the Philippines or whatever. However, there is a focus on Chinese-made cameras, of which the department expects tens of thousands to be operating in critical infrastructure organizations across the US with special concerns surrounding the energy and chemical sectors. Now, I have long said in a conspiracy theory set of rants that nation-state actors who do not like our way of life love it when we abscond our responsibilities to them, because they know that they are then a third party that we've entrusted to deal with things like security. And they will take advantage of that fact to, just going to spitball here for a second, ship you a camera that you've purchased from Amazon because it's cheap and easy, and the camera comes with a back door, or it doesn't, in this particular case, it doesn't even need to have a back door. All that's required is for you to not put basic security measures in place. That's literally the only requirement. That's it. And they know this, and then they just access the camera, and then they watch whatever you're doing, say in a nuclear power plant. That's all that's required. It's never been easier for nation state actors and for groups who are against our way of life to utilize this kind of responsibility, let's say, our lack of wanting to take care of our own responsibilities. It's never been easier for them to utilize that against us. Is there a list of secure cams? Not that I'm aware of. Essentially, just pick a camera. Like if you're going to purchase a camera online or whatever, just look at how to set up basic security configuration. That's all you have to do. And that limits a huge amount of people from accessing that camera. So if you're running a camera at home that you've purchased online, have a look at that, please.